Hello, my name's Nigel Ivey. I'm an elopement videographer based in Ireland. This channel is a showcase of my work, but also I provide free elopement planning resources to couples. So if you're on that journey of planning your elopement, then stick around, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, because I put out weekly videos that I hope will help you on that journey. I want you to have the best experience in your elopement, and I want it to be awesome and for you to look back in the years to come and reminisce of the good times that you had. And in this video, I'm going to be looking at the 5 key things that I think are important for having an elopement in a cold climate. So if you're planning to elope somewhere cold, I shoot a lot of elopements here in Ireland in winter, so I have quite a lot of experience in terms of working with couples to try and help them to keep warm when the temperature is right down. So these are the 5 key things that I think are important that will help to just take the edge off, help you last that little bit longer when you're out in the elements. So point number 1 is hand warmers. So have some hand warmers. I buy them in bulk on Amazon, so boxes of, I don't know, like 50 or 100 or something like that. But you can buy these hand warmers that work really well for keeping you warm in the winter. They're just like a chemical reaction to air, to oxygen. And so you open the packet, and as soon as you open it up, it starts heating up. I think some of them they want you to rub them, that sort of thing, and they'll have instructions on how you heat them up, but you essentially take those and you can hold one in each hand, and they do a great job, because usually what you find with couples when they don't have really warm clothing on, or if they're in wedding attire, that sort of thing, is that it's all the extremities that start going first. So it's your fingers, your toes, all those sort of things before your core temperature really starts dropping. And so those just help just to get the blood circulating in those cold parts again. So I encourage you to get some hand warmers. Point number 2 is to wear some sort of thermal leggings. For guys, it's a little bit easier because you can wear thermals underneath your suit if you get a suit that fits appropriately to be able to handle that. So it's much easier to stay warmer as a guy because you can wear long sleeve shirt, thermals as a guy, and trousers. Obviously, for a woman, if you're wearing a dress, it's a bit more difficult to insulate the top half of you, but depending on what your dress looks like, you might be able to work something out there. But I always encourage ladies is to wear thermal leggings underneath the bottom of your dress, because most of the time it won't be visible in the imagery that you capture, but it'll make a huge difference in terms of keeping you warm. Some women opt to just wear like sports leggings, so like any additional layer that you can put on will just help to take the edge off the cold, help you last a little bit longer, not get as cold, help your core temperature to take longer to drop, all of those sort of things. So wearing some sort of leggings or insulating layer underneath your dress is a huge plus. Point number 3 is to have a shawl or a blanket or something that you can wrap around you. So one of the things with elopements is you're often moving from spot to spot, or hiking a bit, or moving locations, that sort of thing. So in those times you want something that's easy to put on and off, that can keep you warm, something that'll insulate you. So I always recommend to ladies is to get a shawl that you can throw over your shoulders and wrap around yourself and keep yourself warm. Start building your core temperature up so that when you get to where you want to go to start shooting again, you can take it off. And when you're looking for that, make sure you look for something that looks good, that fits in with your outfit, that fits in with the style and the decor and the color profile that you're going for, the aesthetic that you're going for. So if you guys are kind of have a matching color scheme going, then make sure you get a shawl or a blanket that fits into that. Sometimes I've seen women wear, and I've had them in the elopements that I shoot in, is they'll wear like a wool coat that they drape over their shoulders, kind of like a shawl type thing that's like a fake fur, that sort of thing. All of those sort of things look great in the imagery, make you look really good in terms of your appearance, and also help with keeping you warm. So get something that you can wrap around yourself when you're moving between locations. Point number 4 is to wear shoes that are appropriate for what you're going to be doing. So don't be wearing high heels if you're going on a huge hike in like a muddy field or path or something like that, because that just won't work, especially if it's cold and your feet are getting wet and all that sort of stuff. So I'd encourage you, wear shoes that are appropriate for the weather and the conditions that you're in. And I think that it looks awesome anyway when you see photographs of a bride wearing hiking boots in her dress, I think it looks awesome, and vice versa for a guy with a suit with hiking boots. There's loads of hiking boot options that look better to the eye, are more aesthetic, better fit for what you're going for, things like that. So look out for something that you love, that looks good, and just rock it. And one point I would make is don't buy something brand new and then go and elope where you're going to be doing lots of hiking or walking or something like that. Make sure you break them in, that they're well worn, that you're used to wearing them, that your feet are used to it, that you don't get blisters, all that sort of stuff. Make sure you wear socks that you're used to as well, so don't buy brand new socks for your elopement. Those are just basics in terms of hiking and breaking in new boots. But yeah, wear shoes that are appropriate, that are waterproof, that'll keep your feet warm, and all of these sort of little things just help to take the edge off, stop your core temperature from dropping, and help you last longer out when you're eloping. And finally, point 5 is have an alcoholic drink or a warm drink that can just take the edge off. So I often see couples will have a little hip flask with whiskey in it. It's quite a novel and romantic thing to be able to put like Irish whiskey in there if you're eloping in Ireland, or Scottish whiskey in there if you're eloping in Scotland, that sort of thing. Sometimes I've seen, like in Colorado, there's loads of local distilleries, rum distilleries, things like that, where they'll put like a local rum from an area where they're eloping, that sort of stuff. So all of those sort of things are nice, sort of romantic, novel things, and I'm a big fan of whiskey anyway, but it definitely takes the edge off when you're eloping. And I'm not talking about getting completely hammered or anything like that. I'm just talking about just taking the edge off the temperature with a drink, and vice versa with a warm drink as well. If you can, take a flask with you that you can then keep the drink warm in. And if you have a little backpack or rucksack or something, you can put that in. Most videographers and photographers would be happy to help with that sort of stuff as well. And actually, one of the things that I do for my couples is that I make a flask of tea that I have ready to go. And if they get really cold, then I just pour them a cup of tea. And just having a warm drink like that just takes the edge off as well. And so have something that you can drink that'll help with that process, and enjoy it. And sometimes a nice whiskey or something is a great way to toast in your new marriage and have the best time. If you like what you've heard in this video, I'd love you to subscribe and to see more of what I have on this channel. I put out a video every single week, and I want to help couples that are on this journey of planning their elopement. I want you to have the best experience, and if you're interested, reach out to me. I'd love to help you out. Even if it's just answering a question or giving you some advice or something like that, find me on Instagram, send me a DM. All the details are down below, and I've also linked down below some examples of the type of things that I've spoken about in this video. So some shawl examples, whiskey, and a few other bits and pieces. So if you're interested in seeing the type of things that I'm talking about as an example, then have a look at those links, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.